With the new alien registration requirement, we are receiving a lot of questions around who needs to comply with the alien registration requirement and if it applies to you. And this video specifically applies to those who have a NEXUS card who are NEXUS card holders, and specifically Canadians who commute back and forth to the United States using their NEXUS card. Now, if you have a NEXUS card, you've already been fingerprinted, you've already had your biometrics taken, and an interview with U.S. Customs and Border Protection. So it can be confusing because you go through that process that you think that you might have already complied with the alien registration requirement. However, being a member of the NEXUS program is simply a program that allows you expedited travel back and forth to the United States as you are seen as an individual who is at low risk for traveling to the United States because you've already gone through the vetting of the NEXUS program. However, it does not meet the requirement for the alien registration. So if you are on a NEXUS card and you are traveling back and forth to the United States, you need to make sure that when you do enter the United States that you do check your status. You check how they admitted you. If you were admitted with an I-94 during that visit, then you are going to be fine. You've already met the alien registration requirement. And again, this applies to individuals who are staying longer than 30 days in the United States. So if you're a NEXUS card holder and you're going back and forth every day to work in the US, for example, well, you don't need to do the alien registration because you're not staying for 30 consecutive days. This applies to those that are staying 30 days or longer in the United States. So daily commuters on a NEXUS card typically are not going to have to worry about the alien registration requirement. Also, daily commuters typically have a visa, so they probably already have a TN or an L or an H-1B. So in those instances, you would need to make sure that your NEXUS card is up to date, reflecting your visa status in the United States. And that does meet the alien registration requirement. But a NEXUS card alone, if you're using it as a Canadian just to travel as a visitor to the United States, that alone does not necessarily meet the alien registration requirement. So you can, again, we've had a video that discusses this, you can pre-register for entry to the United States if you think you're going to be here longer than 30 days or you have a vacation plan that's longer than 30 days in the United States. Up to 7 days in advance of your travel, you can obtain an I-94 through CBP's website. You can apply for one through the CBP I-94 website and obtain that I-94 in advance. Or if you are already in the United States and you have been here for 30 days or longer, then you can meet that alien registration requirement by going to the USCIS website and by completing the required Form 325 for alien registration. So again, NEXUS in and of itself doesn't comply with alien registration. If you are on a visa, you should update your NEXUS to reflect that you are on a visa, and the visa would comply with the alien registration requirement. If you are coming as a visitor, however, that's when you need to pay special attention as to whether or not they gave you an I-94 on entry. And again, you can obtain an I-94 in advance of your travels just to be safe. And if you never received an I-94, then you can go through the alien registration requirement with USCIS. Keep in mind, if you do the latter, then you will also have to attend a biometrics appointment to meet that alien registration requirement.